This video will cover steps to complete the Module 8 Access project. So I'm only going over a few of the steps that students are struggling with. So I'll start with step 2, and on step 2 we want to import the structure and data from the XML file, and you should have downloaded it, but if you did not, I'll go ahead and go through those steps real quick. So where you'll want to navigate to your start file, and you'll notice that you have a list of resource files. So I'm going to click on the first resource file, and that's the one we want for step 2. And just make sure it's the one that says support and ends with events.xml. And I'm just going to save that to my computer. We don't need to open it. And now I'm going to minimize this, and I'm ready to get started on this step. So to import it, I want to go to my external data tab, and in the import and link group I want to find the option to import an XML file, and it's this option kind of to the right of the group. So I'll click on it and I get a window that'll take me through the steps to complete the import. So it says we want to import the structure and data, and so I'm just going to go ahead and navigate to where my downloaded file is. And so I have downloads, and here is my saved file. So I'll click OK. And I have it events.xml, so that's the right format, and I'll go ahead and click OK. And the instruction tells us that the table events table is the only table in the XML file. So this TBL event is what we want to select. And it tells us at the beginning to import structure and data. So we have the radio button for structure and data should be selected, and then you can just go ahead and click OK. And it goes on to tell us that we do not want to save the steps for the import. So make sure you do not have that checked, and then just go ahead and look at your list over here and see that you do not have the events table. When you click close, now you can look over here and see that you have the events table. So you have it imported successfully. Alright, so step 3, we want to export the location table as an HTML document. So I'll look through my list of tables, and I'm just going to click on the location table so that Access knows this is the one that I want to work with. So again, on that external data tab, this time I want to go to export, and I want to find that HTML. So I don't see it right now, so I just click on more, and I have it on that more list. Okay, so it says we want to use the file name tbl location.html, and so that's what this has called it, and we want to export the data with formatting and layout, and then we do not want to change the default HTML output option. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And because I've already done this, that's the only reason I'm getting this pop-up, so I'm just going to click yes. So this is the HTML output options, and it's telling us not to change any of this. So I'll go ahead and click OK. And now we get the save the steps, the option to save the steps. This time we do want to save the steps, and we can also name those steps. So we want to call it export location. We want to remove that TBL, and then we want to type in a description called HTML file with location information, period. Make sure you're using the correct capitalization, spelling, and punctuation. Alright, so then we can go ahead and save export, and that's it for this step. So moving on to step 4, now we want to export the trainer table. So in my table list, I'm going to just click on the trainer table this time, and we want to export it as an XML file. So again, on my external data and my export tab, I'm going to click on XML file, and it wants to use the file name tabletrainer.xml. So we've got tabletrainer.xml, And I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And it tells us we want to embed the schema and in the exported XML data document. So it's telling us select the information that will be exported. So we want to click on more options. And in the schema, we want to make sure that we click on export, embed schema, and export XML data document. And then we can click OK. Well, let me just jump back to this data tab real quick. And let's see. Okay, I'm going to click OK. And do you want to replace this file? And again, because I've done this before, I'm just going to say yes. And it does want us to save the export steps. So I'm going to click Save Export Steps. We want to call this one export-table trainer, and that's what we have. And on the description, we want to type in XML file with trainer information, period. All right, so that's it for step 4. We want to go ahead and save that out, export. Now I'm just going to jump on to step 13. So for step 13, we want to create an application part. So to do that, we actually have to download the Access database that an additional Access database that's one of our resource files. So I think it's the last one. And so it tells us here that we have the support file, and we'll go ahead and click open. So this time we don't want to download it, we just simply want to open it. And I'm going to click enable content. I'm going to file, save as, and here I have the option to save it as a template. So I'm clicking on save as a template and then save as. And now I can put in the name and I can put in the description, which is additional venues. And then we want to make sure that we check application part and go ahead and click OK. So we have that successfully saved. I'm going to close this database and go back to my start file. And now to insert that, we want to, or to activate it, we simply will go to we want to go to the Create tab, and we want to go to Templates, Application Parts, and all the way here at the bottom you have the option for User Templates, and you can see I've created this for a couple of times or a few times, so I'm just going to choose one of them. I want to make sure that I put on there that there's not a relationship, and then I want to click Create. And so now, just to verify that we have that venue table, I'm going to click it, and it's here, and all the fields are there. So now I can simply close it, and you're ready to submit your project. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email or give me a call.